Good morning. Welcome to day 95, May 23rd, 7:30 a.m. I've been walking for about 45 minutes, and this is the first section of unobstructed trail where I could record without constantly looking down and stepping over rocks. Had a big thunderstorm at about 12:45. Lots of lightning and heavy rain. So I was glad to be in the shelter. Worked out for me again. There were 5 of us in there. It says there's room for 6, but it was pretty tight with 5, so 6 would be even tighter. Especially if people have these oversized sleeping mats. As you can see, it's still misty. The weather's calling for it to be nice the next 3 days, and maybe some rain coming in on Sunday. So hopefully that holds true. I would be glad to have more than 1 day of sun. So if I could get 2 or 3 days of sun and get some stuff dry and have it stay dry, that would be nice. Because as I said in one of my prior videos, when my stuff is wet, it really takes me a while to pack up because I'm just procrastinating putting on these wet clothes and socks. Especially the second worst part of the day is when I put my wet shirt on, and the number one worst part of the day is when I put my wet socks on. But once I get walking, I warm up and I really don't even realize that I'm wet anymore. Just like I'm in a rainforest. Today I'm doing 20 miles to Delaware Water Gap. It'll be my last full day of hiking in Pennsylvania. And I'm hopefully spending the night there at Church of the Woods Hostel, which everyone has told me is really nice. They have a shower. They do not have laundry. In the morning, I'm meeting my sister-in-law, Carolyn, who's bringing me a resupply, and hopefully going to drive me to Stroudsburg, the next town over, to do my laundry. Of course, I'll check the weather again. If it's going to rain, I don't even know if I want to do laundry because it's just going to get wet and smelly immediately. But if everything goes according to plan, I should be walking into New Jersey sometime midday or early afternoon tomorrow. And I normally talk about the state that I'm leaving right as I cross the state line, but that state line crossing is on a bridge, and there's probably going to be a lot of vehicle noise, so you wouldn't be able to hear what I would say. So I'll go ahead and talk about Pennsylvania now, since this is my last day, and I'm probably working on my second mile this morning, so I probably only have 19 miles or so left in Pennsylvania. And I have really nothing bad to say about Pennsylvania. Everybody said it was going to be really rocky, and it is really rocky, but it's not nearly as bad as I was told it was going to be. You know, you run into so many doom and gloom type people here who want to really emphasize the negative and quote unquote how bad a certain part of the trail is. And you know, you see people online doing that too. A lot of people embellish what's going on in their videos. For example, you know, there's 4 inches of snow, they'll say there's 8 inches. There was 8 inches of snow. There's a foot snow drift, they'll say the snow drifts were 2 feet. It's 15 degrees, they'll say it was 5 degrees or 0. Just to, you know, over dramatize it. But I try to keep things, at least in my mind, more realistic. And along those lines, the rocks in Pennsylvania, they're nothing to be feared. They're no worse than, as I've said, Virginia or certain parts of Maryland, and probably several other states that I'm getting ready to go into. But I guess it's just cute to say Rocksylvania. But I will remember Pennsylvania for its rain. Once I'm done with my hike, I want to go back and review my videos to see how many days in Pennsylvania were rain and how many were clear. And I'm pretty certain there's going to be many more days of rain than sun. And I'll remember Pennsylvania for the thunderstorms and being caught in the lightning coming across Cumberland Valley, and being fortunate to be in shelters when other thunderstorms came through. And I'll remember Pennsylvania for the hospitality I received at Fort Clinton, the Trail Magic, and General Store, of course. And mostly, one of the more important things, I will remember Pennsylvania for the hospitality that my friend Steve extended to me, let me stay in his cabin. I don't know what this apparatus is. It's strange. I'm sure there was a reason they put that there. Okay, that's going to be it for this morning's segment. I'm going to have to put my video down, step up my pace so I get my 20 miles in. So with that, this is Reboot, heading north. I'm at Wind Gap and want to do a little quick gear review here. I've been using these Hiker Hunger trekking poles, and they get great reviews on Amazon. That's why I bought them 2 years ago. And then I saw that Early Riser broke his last year, but I'd already bought mine, so I brought these anyway. And they made it to almost to Wind Gap. I didn't break them, but it came apart. The glue came undone, slid out of the socket here. So I got to buy a new set of trekking poles, and hopefully in Delaware Water Gap there's an outfitter. Hopefully they'll have some. I'm going to try to do a repair on this. This is Wolf Rocks. There's no view here to speak of, but just another rocky spine they want you to walk across here in PA. This is the view from Wolf Rocks. How much privy wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck privy wood? You talking to me? Do I know you? This is a hang glider launch point just past Kirk Ridge Shelter. This is the view from Mount Mincy. That's the Delaware River Valley below, but you can't, it's obstructed by trees. Can't see the river yet. This is going to be the wrap-up video for day 95. I'm currently at the Pocono Inn in Delaware Water Gap, Pennsylvania. I arrived in Delaware Water Gap this afternoon, probably about 4 o'clock, myself and Charlie Horse. And our plan was to go to the hostel at the Church of the Mountain, but when we got there, it was full. So we could have stayed in a lean-to behind the church or tented there, but we decided that we'd like to have some better accommodations. So we called the Pocono Inn, and they had a vacancy, which is not surprising because it's a huge hotel for such a small place, but it's right on the interstate. But we're splitting a room here, and it's okay for what we paid for it. It's not great, but it's the only choice in town, so it's going to suffice for tonight. And tomorrow I'm meeting my sister-in-law Carolyn. She's bringing me a resupply, and she's going to give us a ride into Stroudsburg so that we can do some laundry. So it's good to be here, showered, and we went to the pizza place here in town, Doughboys, and you know, up north you guys have some really good pie. You know how to get the crust thin and crispy, so I enjoyed it. And we stopped by the pie bakery that's famous on the Appalachian Trail, and I didn't get any pie, but I did get a scoop of strawberry ice cream that was really good. So wrapping up here tonight, getting some things together so we can head out early in the morning, go get the laundry done, and hopefully get a good night's rest. So with that, it's all good in the woods.